Hello, everybody. Bunker Nation, I hope you're out there. Good to see y'all here. I'm here. I basically got a light on my face. Hold on. These days, I'm going to have a whole professional backdrop. By professional, I mean with me, it'll be like a sheet, like what's up here now, only blocking the light. So I basically had to run down here. I was canning meat, which I don't want to give away too many spoilers about the episode of day 3, which is what I'm in. Day 3 of the off-grid lockdown challenge. Things are getting more difficult by the hour. Hello, Pennsylvania. Hello, Mississippi. Hello, Kentucky. Hello, Missouri. Hello, Montana. And hello, Tennessee. If you're out there too, write in the comment section and say hi and let me know where you are. Man, it's good to be here. It's good to have someone to talk to. You know, I don't really get that whole lonely thing. And I got Rascal here. We don't talk so much as you know, I pet him every once in a while. But it's good to have somebody to talk to. So like I said, things are getting harder by the hour. I'll go through a little bit of it, but technologically, it's been a nightmare. First of all, my camera equipment, all that's horrible, but that's going to get better as we go. I'm going to try to not do this too much, and my seat creaks. But I'm trying to get better with the filming. I ended up basically using my phone all day today just because it's so much trouble. Michigan is in the house. All right. Everybody smash the like button. We've had difficulties. Now I got to try to keep things charged, right? Well, my solar trailer went out. So, and it's sunny. It was gorgeous sunny all day today. So, as I would have expected, the off-grid challenge has become more interesting, and it's good. It's good. I mean that's what's fun about all this. Ohio in the house, greetings. That's what's kind of fun about all of this. There's still people that have kind of a misunderstanding of what it is I'm doing. There's people that just want to see somebody go out and with $1,000 worth of gear and sleep in a hammock and make stuff out of wood. I mean, and that's fine. I like to watch that kind of stuff too, but and then there's people who think, you know, I should be spending the whole time hunting or something. And so I wanted to go through real quickly again. The scenario is that we've had, and all of this is true. We've had an off-grid farm for 15 years. We've raised our food. We've done well. We've milked animals, made cheese, sausage, grown crops, grown wheat, hands harvested, made bread. If you can do it, we've done it. And we had peak years where we just basically knocked it out of the park, and we could have survived for years indefinitely. In the last few years, we've kind of trailed off. The children have moved off and grown up, and we're grandparents now. And we were making this movie, supposed to start this year. And so I was planning on being gone for 6 to 9 months. We didn't plant crops. We didn't plant a garden. Our root cellar is about as low as it's ever been as far as anything even being in there. And so that was the whole challenge. The whole challenge is could I shut everything down? The scenario is there was a major collapse, major pandemic, and the cities are shut down. People can't leave their homes. Nobody's going anywhere. The highways are shut down. And so I'm out here alone. Can I improve my lot in 30 days? And so that's the challenge. The challenge is not me just, I am going to be fishing and hunting and all this other, and working on traps, and I'm doing some of that stuff. It's just, that's not what the challenge is. The hardest part in this first 3 days is getting things going. And there's just a lot to it. So far, let me look today. 22,000 steps today, 24,000 steps yesterday, 25,000 steps on Monday, and my wife and I did 24,000 steps on Sunday. So I'm up over 100,000 steps in 4 days. So in addition to the technological problems and the solar power's down, and I have to charge batteries for the cameras, for my phone, for all that kind of stuff. So I've been using the car to charge the batteries, which you guys have heard me talk about before. Well, now the car is out of gas. Got a little bit of gas in the truck, but the truck's got a blown intake gasket or something like that. Or I don't know, something's going wrong with it. I've got a couple of 5-gallon cans of gas, but I want to parse those out over a month. So I'm making it work. Lord willing, somebody ordered the solar panel for the Goal Zero Yeti 150 and the 400 that's coming in, and that should be here tomorrow. And that's really gonna help me because I spent so much of the day walking back and forth. Now I haven't even begun to get to the problems. So because of the internet now, you guys, I've been telling you for 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, 20 years. The internet is susceptible to interruption. I've been talking about this on every episode of these Bunker Lives, that the internet is going to be a problem. And we're seeing that. And I'm seeing reports from all over. And there's people saying it's a DOS attacks, that it's hackers, spammers, whatnot. Hello, Big Ben. It's just like what I said yesterday. We don't know. Even if you're out there telling everybody that it's spammers or that it's hackers, do you know that? I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying the system is susceptible. And so, and it's weak and it's stretched. And so we did the first episode on Monday, recorded all of it, and it was huge, a lot of footage. And I had to send all of that through the internet to Sean. It has taken 2.5 days and he still doesn't even have all the footage. His internet is at a crawl. And so I filmed all yesterday, and I kept that because I'm actually, hello, Scott Glenn. I'm actually going to be doing the editing for the second episode. He's going to be doing one episode. I'm going to do, so today's third episode, he's going to be doing, Lord willing, if we can get all this data through the internet when it's just completely bogged down. They're throttling everybody so that they can keep the Netflix and YouTube going. Basically, Netflix and YouTube is stopping there from being a revolution or a civil war or some type of worse riot in this country. So they are, I believe they're throttling everybody to keep Netflix going. Chris just said exactly what I said. That would be when the riots start. That's right. Blue skies of Montana. So we've got 2 Montanas, Ohio. No, that's not the way it works. It's got to go through the internet. So what will happen if the internet stays the way it is I'm going to end up editing every episode, which means when they start playing, you guys will get an episode every other day. So we'll do an episode, then a live, then an episode. I would love to have Sean do it because he's a professional. Hello, Plain Jen. He's a professional, but if it can't happen, we are doing the thing, and the thing is this is hard. My internet upload and download speed has been consistent so far through DSL from Big Ben Telephone. 1 megabyte upload and 6 megs download. I don't even know if that's good or not. I know mine's faster than that, but so the ice all melted faster because it was like 85 today, maybe 90. It may have been 90. Pat, I think that may just be you, but you may have a particular slowdown with your internet that we're not getting. And so that means the meat has to go. So today was a canning day. In addition to doing some garden stuff and a lot of other stuff, walking back and forth to the office, trying to get things sorted with Sean as far as the data and all that kind of stuff. Me trying to upload day 2 stuff. Tomorrow, I got to spend 6 hours editing day 2. So that's the thing. This thing is taking, I've been waking up at 3:30 and going to bed at 10 to 11. And tomorrow, that may even be longer. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining because it's going to be exciting because you guys are going to see what's going to happen in 30 days. So I've got a plan and I'm working the plan. Tomorrow, things I think are going to start showing up equipment wise. If we can get the Yeti 400 delivered and get that solar panel delivered, that's going to basically double what I started out with as far as capacity. Yes, War Dog Heim, you know, today was day 3. You know how many letters I've gotten? None. So I was sad, you know, for a little while. And then I realized, you know, people probably didn't even start sending them if they're going to send them. Somebody said they sent one, but sending them until maybe this weekend or Monday. So maybe by the end of the week, start getting some letters. I don't want to act sad. I don't want this whole episode to be sad. This is the Bunker Live with Bunker Nation. So everybody write letters, send them. My address, my mailing address is in the description. Smash the like button. There's a bunch of y'all here. This is great. So bad technology, power issues, no ice, which we knew was going to happen, but I hoped it was going to take longer. Canning meat. A lot of other stuff going on. Didn't see, yesterday was Serpent Day, so I was running upon snakes and stuff. And today I didn't see any snakes, but I was basically beating the trail between the office and the cottage most of the day today. 22,000 steps so far. Tomorrow is going to be a booger of a day. And it's been nice. The weather's been great. It's been hot and it's been very, very windy. Very, very windy. A couple of times I had to stop because I'm basically recording everything with my phone at the moment until this other camera arrives. And my phone, first of all, about 9 o'clock this morning, my phone was full. So I had to transfer everything over to a SD card, mini SD or whatever you call them. And then I got that cleared out. And so then the phone went dead because I used it so much. Had to charge the phone. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. After the challenge, would like to see a review of the Yeti 400. You'll probably see one during the challenge. I'm probably going to I'll put it out as a separate video, but I'm very, very excited about getting that and what it's going to allow me to be able to do. So, you know, I'm excited about things. Things are going good. Tomorrow should be a pretty big day as far as getting some things done. One thing that's got to happen tomorrow, I am completely out of clothing. I've been out of clothing for 2 days. And so I'm going to be doing some hand laundry. I'm going to be taking a shower, a bucket shower. You won't see, you're just going to see me hauling water probably. And so we got drama, man. We got drama. It's going to be fun. So I'm excited about it. And what else? So I got the night vision trail camera set up. Got the top. I have 2 pig traps, so we got the top pig trap set up. So I'm looking forward to. I had it set up last night, and just the horses set it off. Horses set it off like 6 times. So eventually they back horn and start at least getting some pictures, and then I'm going to catch whatever it is. Going to be missing Danielle on that hand crank washing machine. Yeah, I actually did some laundry last week on it. She was at her sister's, so I did some laundry. It's not too bad. She works hard. It's a workout to do it, but it works really, really well. We should be at about 4,000 hours, Chris. It was at 3952, but it only updates like once a day. So I'm thinking we probably eclipsed 4,000. By tomorrow morning, it should be over 4,000. You're looking forward to the laundry video? Me too. I'm looking forward to being able to. This shirt is just a white t-shirt, is clean, or was clean when I put it on this morning, but everything else has been needing some laundry. So we'll be doing some laundry tomorrow. And that's the way it is. You know, it's like just pounding it out, getting up early, getting it done. Just me and Rascal. And so it's good to talk to you guys. I hope you have some questions. My overall topic tonight has been not so much surviving, but more than surviving. And so that was what I wanted to talk about. It's not just the idea. I get a little bit worn out at the idea of people thinking that survival is just, survival is just getting through a few days until things go back to normal. That's the mantra today, right? That's the mantra. What about when things go back to normal? When are things going to go back to normal? And so for years, teaching survival, taking people on survival treks and all that, the supply chain mentality is that, okay, well, it may take 3 days for things to get back to normal. It may take 3 weeks for things to get back to normal. I did a whole video on normalcy bias and what's wrong with that whole philosophy. If you watch YouTube survival videos, if you watch YouTube survival experts, the general gist of it is how to make fires, make shelter, and all that's great. I'm not complaining about it. Make fire, make shelter, get water, and all that until things go back to normal. And that's really just a train of thought, and it's a mindset that it's debilitating in the long run, because emotionally we're so invested in the way things used to be, or the easiness of things. I got a great quote was posted today. I'm going to find it real quickly. Give me just a second, because I sent it to myself to make sure that I would remember it, because I wanted to read it to y'all. Give me just a second here. Ooh. Womp, womp, womp. All right, give me just another second. I got to go back to where I originally got it. I hope this part's not, me being on the computer is not too boring for you, but I think it's going to be an interesting thing. I think you will benefit from it. If I can find it. All right. Maybe that's not going to work. I sent it to myself. I should have it. Nope, I'm not seeing it. All right. That's disappointing. Trying one more place. Guys, type some questions and comments in there, so when I get back there, this part, this would normally get edited out, but for some reason I don't have it. All right. I'll just go through it with you from memory. It was a Whittaker Chambers quote. Some of you might have seen it. And basically, the gist of it was the farm is not just a place. It's not the idea of production, as opposed to the idea of just constant consumption. Most people think of themselves as producers because they think of work in general, even if you're moving bumpers from point A to point B, as productive. And in some sense, it could be called productive. But by productive, what I mean is that it is making something that wasn't before, and that thing becoming an asset or a tradable commodity, or something that increases your ability to thrive. And so most people don't realize this, and I've departed from the quote. I'll get back to it. The majority of the wealth that has ever been created on the planet, for however long you think we've been here and before, the majority of the wealth comes from the ground. And I'm not talking about gold and silver. Gold and silver are representations of value. They are not value in and of themselves. Diamonds are not value. Diamonds are a representation of a moral value in some people. Actual wealth, which is things you can eat, things you can sit on, things you can wear, things you can, the things that not only keep you alive, but cause you to be a creative, productive person. and to continue in that, that's true wealth. And almost all of the wealth, almost all of it that has ever been produced in the history of the world comes from the ground. And it's an epiphany for some people to look out upon a field of grass and realize that grass has been growing on this earth for however long you think it's been here. Animals eat it. Other animals eat those animals. People harvest them. We harvest wood. We harvest raw materials. And we make things from those things. And those things are wealth. The modern man, the mass man, plants grass and then mows it. No wealth is ever made from the trees they plant. No wealth is ever made from the grass. They have those things which are purely aesthetic. And then they go somewhere and they fulfill a task, meaningful or not. And then somebody else gives them money, which is a representation of the hours and the minutes and the seconds of their life. They exchange those hours for that money, and then they go out and buy the things that they need. That's the system. And that is it is a way of life. It's a system. The Whittaker Chambers quote is that the farm, historically, before we ever had the grid, before we ever had any of that, was the family. It was the production and sustenance of the family, which was a building block of everything else. We engage in difficult labor. We engage in difficult things because those things create. Those things are creative and they are productive. So much of the world today is not productive. So much of the world today is an artificial vestige of something else that existed. Most people have no idea why they eat the foods they eat. This is in my book, Surviving Off Grid. Why they eat mustard, why they eat ketchup, why they eat ham, why they eat grape jelly, why they eat all of those things were ways to preserve food. Mustard was a way to preserve mustard seeds. They weren't made as condiments. That's what people think. Ketchup was a way to preserve tomatoes. Mayonnaise was a way to preserve eggs. Ham was a way to preserve pork, so was sausage. Pretty much everything, if you open your refrigerator, and a lot of it doesn't even need to be in there, jam was a way to preserve the food crop. There's an entire ethical history of why those things exist and why they are the mainstay of everyone's diet, everything you eat. But it's a vestige of it. So what happened is when people no longer made that stuff, the system started making it artificially using other ingredients. And then people like, well, I love syrup. I love grape jelly. But the productivity of the individual doesn't exist anymore. We live in an entirely different system. And so why am I talking about that right now? Because if your mindset is that survival is merely the way to keep the mechanism alive until you can get back to that, then you're missing something you could be gaining. I'm not asking you to go off grid. I'm not asking you to buy a farm. I'm just saying you have the opportunity right now to learn something about the history of the world, the reality of billions of people who never saw an air conditioner, who never saw an airplane fly, who never saw a telephone, who never saw the internet, who never saw YouTube, who never saw TikTok, who never saw and didn't even conceive of them. Billions of people, and they weren't all just sitting around miserable. They lived productive, happy lives. They hide stuff like this in books. And so you could be cantankerous and you could say, "Oh, you people get off my yard. I'm having a rant here. I'm just tired of all these people going down to the Walmarts and buying everything they need." That's not what this is. What I'm saying is survival is not just waiting it out. It's not sitting on your sofa and playing Fortnite or whatever it is, or watching Netflix until things go back to normal. What if they don't ever go back to normal? What is the new normal going to be like? There's a percentage somewhere that exists of things going back to normal, the normalcy bias, right? There's a percentage of things going back to some, like pre and post 9/11, going back to some semblance of what it was, but not the same. There's a percentage of an opportunity that we are fundamentally changed, but the system of commerce and trade and the dollar economy continues limping along for a while. There's a percentage of and nobody knows what it is, a possibility that this whole thing craters, the bottom falls out. In my book, Surviving Off Grid, that's the whole beginning of the book. If you lived in Rome prior to the collapse of Rome, you thought it had been there forever. Rome was 500 years old. It was the eternal city. They had air conditioning. They had shops. They had boutiques. They had massive baths that you couldn't even afford to build today. They had the games in the Colosseum. They had candlesticks. They had fans. They had elevators. They had water pumping fire trucks that put out fires. Things are just going to go back to normal, but they never did. Yeah, they had fast food. They had just-in-time food delivery. Absolutely. Most of the people in Rome were not productive. The civilization lived on plunder and efficiency. It was that most of the people, the millions who lived in Rome and the surrounding area, did not produce anything. Any of this is going to be recording. The internet's going to be a problem, people. I'm telling you. Hopefully we're back. I hope you guys, that wasn't too bad. And I hope by the time this thing goes up, recorded, it's all there. You guys let me know if you're still getting this. And if you're out there, hit the like button. It's free and it's easy. And it's a cool breeze on a hot summer day for someone like me. Yeah, all of that stuff for all of those people in Rome was brought in. It was trucked in every day. Survival is not a system of waiting it out. Can you get that? Do you dig what I'm saying? Survival is the idea that I am going to do better. I want to create. I want to make art. I want more. I want my family to have the ability to do more. Food is art, by the way. Survival ought to be the opportunity for us all to look at how we live, look at the system that we've engendered, and ask if is that what you really want? If it is, that's fine. That's what you got. You got it. But just ask yourself. And so, anecdotal story. You take people out there on a survival bushcrafting survival, and everybody in there has the mental picture. They want to have fun, they want to learn something, but they also want to get back. And I understand that. Same way. I love my life. But what if it doesn't go back? Are you going to melt down? Are you going to intellectually and emotionally be able to be in that place if it never goes back? Because here's the possibilities. In the category of it never going back the way it was, it's going to get worse or it's going to get better. Your participation in it is going to get worse or it's going to get better. One or the other. Within the category, I said there's all these things that could happen, and one of the things that could happen is it never goes back the way it was. And that scales from full, complete riots, meltdown, whatever, down to, you're not allowed to use money anymore. You got to have a chip. You got to be, you got to have all your vaccinations done. You got to paperwork. You can't go anywhere without showing your papers. Photographic scans of your body temperature, your inability to go into certain places if you haven't complied. So that we're still in that category of things never going back the way they were. Something similar to this happened in 9/11, right? We went back to the dollar economy and all that kind of stuff, but you no longer could just go to the airport and get on the plane, right? Things changed, right? Fundamentally, a lot of things changed, and that was pretty minor compared to what we could be looking at. Regardless of all that, my point is that if that happens, if we go down that road, you're either going to be better or you're going to be worse. The problem with 90, the made up statistic of 90-something% of the people is that they have the expectation, the normalcy bias of things going back the way they were, and then they're not going to make it. They're mentally and emotionally, they're not going to be able to make it. They're going to check out. And the results of that is more and more people deciding that the government needs to do more. The government needs to do everything. The government can't let this happen. The government needs to keep printing money. The government needs to deliver it to my food to my house. None of this has any bearing or is based or is supported on one of the theories in the two political streams of thought. So you're right, Heidi. Bunker Nation knows better. So all that came from the fact that I'm dealing with people who have expectations of what I'm doing, but they don't understand the way I think. Right? Because I don't think like them. It would be cool for me to sit down and whittle a spoon or a chessboard, or me to make a bunch of traps to try to smash mice. But I have better and bigger plans, and that is to illustrate to you that the land is a creative force of producing wealth, even small amounts of land. I'm not using a small percentage of what we have out here. And within a month, I would like to show you what some of those things can be, right? Hello, Nancy. And that's my talk for this evening, an encouragement to not waste your time. I'm encouraging you not to think that survival is sitting on your sofa, ordering in ribs and Coke and waiting for this thing to be over. The people that are going to get rich on this are the pizza places and all that food delivery stuff, but that's all short-lived. The people who really want to produce wealth, intellectual and moral wealth, regardless of if they stay in their current lifestyle in the dollar economy, which is fine if that's what you want to do. The people who will create intellectual wealth are the people who learn from it and who come to the conclusion that that system inevitably is going to fall. This may not be it. It may be 1,000 years from now. It may be next Thursday. But it cannot continue. They can't just continue to print money when we're not producing anything, right? Tree planting day should be the biggest holiday secular holiday in the country, man. Everybody should be planting trees. I love the video on the small beer. Thank you. I've made lots of wine and beer, but not like yours. Going to try it soon. Small beer. I was explaining to a guy, small beer, everybody drank it. You know, I know there's teetotalers and there's people who don't drink and there's all that kind of stuff. If you're alive today, your ancestors drank small beer. They did not drink water. Not in the dark ages and the middle ages, and not moving into the 1700s, not anywhere near a city and not anywhere else. They drank small beer. Watch my video, and I will put a link. The two videos I'm going to link, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to link down in the description. You need to watch canning meat video, since I canned meat today, and the small beer video. Let me write that down. And the small beer video was going to be more apropos tomorrow's full episode, which would be day 4. Hopefully, I'm going to get to it. And canning meat. The canning meat episode is real short. It's like 9 minutes or 10 minutes, but it pretty much has the basics in there. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. So, recap. Technologically, I'm in a lot of trouble. Power's down, but things are going to get better. Having a good day. War smooth out. Been walking about 12 and a half miles a day average. A lot of things going on. Working in the garden. Getting things. So to finish my whole treatise is what I would love to do is sit here at the end of 30 days and have a spread set out of stuff that didn't exist in, at least in that format, prior to starting the 30 days. Bob Crosley, Mike Rowe's excellent miniseries, How Booze Built America, goes into details on everyone drinking small beer on the Mayflower. They landed at Plymouth because they ran out of beer. That's true. There's also a great documentary called How Beer Saved the World. And it's happened twice. And it is fantastic. Hello from Maine. Good to see you. So, trying to go through everything else. Haven't got any good mail yet, but I hope you guys are going to send some. I hope that you guys are going to continue to go to that Amazon wish list. Most of big items have now been purchased, but there's smaller items on there now that are necessary or will be necessary for the building of the channel. Please do not forget, pardon me. Please do not forget that the whole reason I'm doing all of this not only is to educate, inform, entertain, and also to grow the channel. So smash the like button. I'm loving the fact that there's 23 people watching and there's 23 likes, but I'm hoping everybody else will get some likes when you watch this in the future. In the future, when you're watching this and it's not live, hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon, and it's going to say, what kind of notifications do you want? You want to click all. Also, like I said, go to the Amazon wish list. There's some items you can get, and you donate them, you send them, and then they're going to make all of this way, way, way better. Is in my book, Surviving Off Grid, but you will also find it every day right here on this live broadcast. Out there, I want to thank all of you. The cool things are coming. It's going to be really fun. You guys are going to get blown away. Tomorrow, I get to take a shower. I hope. I never pin my everything I say is appended even if I forget to say it, by Lord willing. Because if the Lord wills it, I'm going to make a shower tomorrow, and I'm going to get some cool water running over me. Ice is gone. No more cool drinks unless I get them out of the cistern. We're having a good time. Hey, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. It's been wonderful to be here with you. I need to leave you with one important thing, and that is we're hoping to have the premiere episode tomorrow at 7 p.m. It is still scheduled for tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will let you know on my Facebook and here on YouTube if for some reason that's going to get pushed. The internet is messing up, and it's hard to get a lot of data moved in some areas because they're throttling all the data. So if for some reason episode 1 is not ready to go at 7 p.m., we will push it a day. You'll get one more live from me tomorrow, and then hopefully the episodes start dropping on any day during the 30 days when we don't have an episode to play you. I will be here, Lord willing, live 7 p.m. Central. You'll be here. We'll be here. We'll talk. Get your questions, put them in the comment section. The more you put comments, even if you just get off, you get done with here and you're like, hey, cool video, appreciate it, make another one. All those comments go into the YouTube algorithm and it turns into this little tsunami of their decision making and power. And then they bestow more views on my videos because they think, dang, that guy is popular. Forgot to say one more thing. My wife got on to me for the bad language during the rant yesterday, so I apologize for the bad language. I know that there are families watching this, and I will do my best to not do that in the future. This is a family gig. You have my apology. I hope you will forgive me. Thank you, guys. Love you. Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow.